Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, DeBoss, for another video today. Today, guys, I have another interesting video for you all. It has been a while since I've last done a gaming theory, so I figured, let's do another Assassin's Creed theory. The reason that I'm doing an Assassin's Creed theory is there's simply a lot to talk about with Assassin's Creed. There's a lot of good lore with the series, so I dug through the internet, and I found a pretty interesting theory here that I want to go over with you guys. So, this theory is about, I've never played the game personally, but it's about Far Cry, and apparently it's about Far Cry Primal's Takkar being the very first assassin. Now, I read through the article very briefly before I started recording the video, and I'm not going to read the whole thing. You guys can I'll scroll through it, you guys can pause it at certain points and read it if you want to, but for video length's sake, and for your guys' attention span's sake, so that way you don't get bored and be like, okay, yeah, get to the point, I will spare you guys from that, so we can just read over the general important stuff, and then we'll go over my thoughts on it, and then we can go over your thoughts. By the way, at the end of the video, guys, if you have any thoughts on the theory, if you agree with it, you disagree with it, have any Assassin's Creed theories you want me to talk about, or have any of your own, leave them in the comment section. Always want to know what you guys think. Anyway, let's get into the video. Okay, so, yeah, it's basically, talking about the, Takkar's role in Far Cry Primal. That's pretty straightforward there. Yeah, he's apparently being the very first assassin. Then this part here goes into the theory came up because of, the game theorists. You guys know them on YouTube. They do a whole bunch of gaming theories. Then it goes into a little backstory about, Takkar and some of the things that he can do in the Far Cry universe and things like that. And I think that's the video that actually talked about this. Yeah, then it's talking about here, that Takkar could be a direct descendant of Connor Kenway, the hero of Assassin's Creed 3, jumping into a new series entirely. Okay, now here we go into the actual background of the theory. Here we go. The idea here is that the migratory patterns of ancient man indicate that Takkar's ancestors could have traveled from Africa to Asia, then across to America. And the connection is made specifically to Connor because in AC3 DLC, he drinks some red tea and gets the ability to command a wolf pack, similar to how Takkar drinks blood and gains control over beasts. And since Connor is a descendant of pretty much all the other past AC protagonists, the same idea is that in the same way, Takkar is the father of the entire assassin order. Takkar is also the very first person to have eagle vision, with the signature assassin trait that makes prey visible through cover, and the idea that he passes it down to his descendants. Viewed in a vacuum, this may seem like a reach, and I could have spent next 1,000 words poking holes in it. I mean, the sense that the first man traveled everywhere eventually. But when you get in tandem with the game theorist's other theory that Ubisoft has been building one giant shared universe with Assassin's Creed, as well as Far Cry and Watch Dogs. For those of you guys who didn't know, Ubisoft, there's rumors, obviously, that all these universes are in one, like Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs. Now, I could do a video on this, but there's a very interesting point concerning Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed, especially from what I've seen a mission in Watch Dogs. So, I might do a video on that. If you guys want me to do a video on it, let me know, but I might do a video on that, because it's actually pretty interesting to discuss the connection between Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs. So, we'll save that for another time, though. But anyway, yes, it's basically saying there's an idea that all these games share one connected universe. Okay, they made a whole separate video on it, and though some of it does seem like a usual Easter egg, some of it is dead on. Like I mentioned, where Aiden Pierce assassinating the CEO of Abstergo. Oh, well, that's spoiled for you guys, but I'm still going to discuss it. A major Black Flag character who left his post to attend a sheriff's order in Chicago, and then it's basically saying Aiden, the main character of Watch Dogs, he kills the character, he kills the guy. But we'll get into that more in another video, potentially. And then the company also appears in Far Cry, and the theory hints at the use of special vision and innate combat abilities. The protagonists of Far Cry 3 and 4, Jason and AJ, have assassin blood in them, even if they're not official member of the Orders. It's basically comparing like a mutant that hasn't been recruited into the X-Men yet. Then it has, so we combine the original theory with the new one, including Takkar as the very first assassin, and we have somewhat compelling that requires a lot of faith about Ubisoft's intentions. It should be noted that Ubisoft directly sponsored the Game 3 Takkar video, meaning they're endorsed in some way. So, I don't know, maybe there was some influence there, but I don't think so. I suppose you can wiggle it away by saying Ubisoft likes to recycle gameplay systems like Eagle Vision, but most of these connections are Easter eggs. I believe that to a certain extent, but honestly, it does seem like there's some sort of loose framework here, so it's basically saying that it could be potentially loosely connected, and not just Ubisoft putting past aspects in other games into this game. So, after watching 30 plus minutes of these videos, I don't agree on every single point being used as evidence, but it's enough to convince me that Ubisoft is trying to project the image of a shared world. mostly through its use of Abstergo across 3 series. And sure, I can buy the car as the ultimate ancestor of the Assassin's bloodline because it's fun not to believe. Honestly, I don't think it's a half bad idea for Ubisoft to slowly move toward a big reveal that the universe exists. Don't tell me. Okay, so basically the rest of this article is saying, it'd be cool if they did reveal that it was all a shared universe, that Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed, and Far Cry were all in the same universe together. So basically that's the theory, guys, that Takkar was the original assassin. He's the first assassin that started the entire series. Okay, so my thoughts on this whole thing, and judging from, because I watched those game theory videos, I remember, and I did do a little research into this myself in the past, I don't think that Takkar is the very first assassin. I honestly think, the abilities that they're talking about with Eagle Vision might have a loose connection. He might be related to the Assassins in some way. I don't think he's the original first assassin. There's just not enough evidence there to support him being the first assassin. I mean, let's be real here. Yeah, sure, he has a similar ability, and he might be in a theory that all these universes are connected. There's just not enough concrete evidence, nor Ubisoft has really shown anything that, hey, he's the first original assassin. I just don't see the connection there. What I do believe, however, is the possibility of these 3 games being in the same universe. Because there's a connection with, obviously that mission in Watch Dogs where you assassinate the higher-up of Abstergo from Black Flag. And then there's a lot of similarities between Far Cry, like Eagle Vision that you can use, as well as, Connor's ability to use the Wolf Pack in the AC3 DLC. That's similar to, apparently, Tarek's ability in Far Cry. There's a lot of connections here, and I think Ubisoft is kind of aiming toward that. That's actually, I agree with the notion that they're using these abilities not in a way to say that, hey, he's the first assassin. Maybe do give the impression to the audience that, hey, this is all one shared universe. So I believe that could be a very big possibility. I don't think he's the first assassin, but the shared universe theory, I think that can hold some water because there's a lot of evidence backing it up. So I believe that that's true. However, guys, this has been it for today's theory video. Let me know what you guys think of this. Do you think Takkar was the very first assassin? What do you guys think of the whole shared multiverse theory? Or shared universe theory, I should say, not multiverse. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and give the video a like if you did enjoy. Always appreciated. Subscribe to catch the next video, obviously. I mean, how else are you going to get notified of these videos? Anyway, though, thank you guys for watching today's video. I always love doing these, just sitting down with you guys and discussing, different theories about really popular games out there. And, of course, giving my thoughts on them and just seeing what you guys think. It's always a fun time. Anyway, thank you guys once again for watching. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.